Imagine a secret so ancient, it's woven into the very first words of the Bible, a mystery that whispers of a God who is more than he seems. Genesis 1:26. Then God said, "Let us make mankind in our image." Us, our. Who was God talking to? Thousands of years before Jesus walked the earth. Today, we're uncovering a truth that might just change how you see God. Did the Trinity exist before Jesus? Some say the Trinity is a New Testament idea. But what if the Old Testament holds hidden clues pointing to the Father, Son, and Spirit, long before Bethlehem? Stay with me as we explore 3 astonishing hints that reveal God's nature across the ages. Let's step into the mystery together. Her name was Sarah, a young woman who'd grown up hearing the stories of the Old Testament, Abraham, Moses, the prophets. But when she became a Christian, she heard about the Trinity, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, one God in 3 persons. It captivated her, but it also confused her. If the Trinity is real, she wondered, why didn't I see it in the Old Testament? Was it even there before Jesus? Maybe you've asked the same thing. Maybe you've read those ancient stories and felt like something was missing, a piece of the puzzle you couldn't quite place. Sarah's question led her on a journey, digging into the scriptures she thought she knew, and what she found left her in awe. There, in the shadows of the Old Testament, were whispers of a God who has always been Father, Son, and Spirit. Let's walk with Sarah as we uncover these clues together, starting with a verse that's been there all along. The first clue takes us to the very beginning, Genesis 1:26. Then God said, "Let us make mankind in our image, in our likeness." Sarah read this verse and froze. Us? She thought. Our? Who is God talking to? In Hebrew, the word for God here is Elohim, a plural noun, yet it's paired with a singular verb, said. It's as if God is one, but also more. Some scholars argue this is just a royal we, like a king speaking for his court. But others see something deeper. Could this be a hint of the Trinity, Father, Son, and Spirit, conversing at the dawn of creation? Sarah turned to John 1:1-3. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Through him all things were made. The Word, Jesus, was there at creation, alongside the Father and the Spirit, who hovered over the waters in Genesis 1:2. God has always been a community of love. Sarah shivered in wonder. The Trinity wasn't a later invention. It was there, in the first chapter of the Bible, waiting to be seen. God has always been a community, even before time began. So what does this mean for us? It might just change how you see God's nature. Let's explore 3 hidden clues in the Old Testament that point to the Trinity. What if the Trinity was there, at the dawn of creation? Clue 1. The plural God at creation. Genesis 1:26 isn't the only place we see this. In Genesis 3:22, after Adam and Eve sin, God says, "The man has now become like one of us, knowing good and evil." Again, that word, us. And in Genesis 11:7, at the Tower of Babel, God says, "Come, let us go down and confuse their language." Sarah noticed a pattern, God speaking as a plurality, yet acting as one. She found a verse in the New Testament that brought it all together, Colossians 1:16, which says of Jesus, "For in him all things were created." The Son was there, creating alongside the Father, with the Spirit bringing life.